Hello, Papillion-La Vista, John Schwartz, Superintendent, Millard Public Schools. I'm also a proud former Papillion-La Vista Community Schools staff member. I'm excited to speak on behalf of Dr. Rikli today. I had the privilege of serving with him in the Papillion-La Vista schools for 4 years. What I can tell you about Dr. Rikli that always impressed me so much is that when he and I would be meeting behind closed doors, one-on-one, he was exactly the same person in that setting as he is in every single other setting. He's just a great person, a natural educator, and somebody who truly cares and wants to do the right things. As a fellow superintendent now, I can tell you he's one of the first people I call when I need advice, perspective, or to problem solve. He's a trusted voice in the room and somebody that's a true advocate for your district and also for public education in general. Dr. Rikli, you're a tremendous colleague, you've been a wonderful mentor, and I appreciate our friendship. Congratulations, my friend, on being Nebraska's Superintendent of the Year.
Congratulations to Dr. Rikli. Now everyone knows what we have known in this district for a very long time, that he is the best superintendent in the state of Nebraska. He is very deserving of this. He works hard out in the community as well as with the district. The first thing I always think when I think of him now is the community closet, and just the fact that he is working to help the students and their families for those that are most in need. When we ask him to do something as board members, that he responds right away, whether it be in person, whether he calls, or whether he texts us, or he gets answers for us when we need them. He seems to be everywhere all at once, which is pretty amazing that he's able to get to all the different programs in the schools, and he truly, truly cares about the Papillion-La Vista Community Schools.
Dr. Rikli often speaks about Papillion-La Vista Community Schools like a family. Not only does he say this, he lives this. Like a proud papa, he boasts about our accomplishments and beams with pride watching us succeed. He loves us like only a doting mama can, frequently checking in with us and making sure we have everything we need. He is like a big brother who will defend us. He is like a sister who gives us plenty of gentle guidance, things to consider. Like all good family members, Dr. Rikli shows up for the celebrations like games, awards assemblies, special honors, and graduations. But like a true and loyal family member, he shows up during our most difficult and challenging storms. He reminds us that we are truly never alone. We are cared for and loved in our Papillion-La Vista Community Schools family. Dr. Rikli, thank you for your steadfast leadership. Thank you for holding a vision for Papillion-La Vista Community Schools. Thank you for being you. You are PLCS great.
First of all, congratulations to Dr. Rikli when he came to PLCS, and from that day forward, just his demeanor, his disposition, the frequent check-ins with me, how you doing? And he's just well versed, you know. He's got finance background, curriculum background, HR background, and he just lets us do our job. He supports us, and it's a privilege to work under his leadership.
Congratulations, Dr. Rikli, on your award for Nebraska Superintendent of the Year. It's a well-deserved award, and your enthusiasm for education and supporting from pre-K through 12th grade and beyond is so appreciated in our district. Your listening ear to whatever the need may be and asking for details and feedback has been so appreciated. Working with you on the superintendent's advisory, lets me see firsthand that you care about the students and about the staff and the teachers and the educational process in our district. Can't think of a better person to represent the state of Nebraska than you. I see him at all kinds of activity events at the high schools and theater performances and just popping in and out of elementary schools and saying hello to children. And he has that personal touch that makes people want to communicate with him and let him know what's going on.
First of all, just a big congratulations to Dr. Rikli for his honor. It's a well-deserved recognition. He is a hard worker, he's a caring leader that's done an absolute phenomenal job leading our district through really challenging times. So from our team here at Papio South, we're just extremely thankful for everything he does to lead our district. He is a leader that connects with everyone personally. He comes out and spends one-on-one time with us. He asks questions, he listens, he's open to our feedback, and then he's always looking to have some takeaways that he can go ahead and then put into action to not only support us as building leaders, but then also to improve our district and make it the best it can be for the students in our community. He's a great representation of Papillion La Vista Community Schools.
Andy and I go back a few years to another district, and he was my boss there. And we connected on a personal level, just similar thinking, and just, you know, good people when you meet them. And Andy's always been head and shoulders above most that I've ever worked for or worked with. Enjoyed every minute that I've been here, which is over 5 years now. So I've worked for and with Andy approximately 10 years. And just a great man, one of the most intelligent men I know, and just a pleasure to work for, and we're lucky to have him in this district.
Some of the qualities that come to mind when I think about Dr. Rikli as a leader in our community and school district would be patient, innovative. I think he is collaborative, willing to work with lots of different groups. I think he's got a growth mindset, wants to get better. He's willing to, not only give feedback, but take feedback as well. One of the, examples that I've experienced being in an advisory group with Dr. Rikli is just the way he runs the meetings. He's approachable, and there's times where, he uses levity, but he also knows when to be compassionate, when to be empathetic, and he is supportive. And you see that with him, many times. If he's out in the buildings or you see him out in the community, you just get a feel that he cares and wants to do what's best for our community.
Dr. Rikli obviously is an outstanding superintendent. His role as a superintendent is so much more than just the daily job. I think there's a lot of outstanding superintendents across this state and across this country that care about their district, serve their teachers, students, families very well. But there's just something different about Dr. Rikli. I was in Kearney when he was announced that he received this award, and on the drive home with other administrators, we were talking about just how deserving he is of this award, and we all had multiple personal stories about Dr. Rikli and just how he's reached out to us in times where we needed somebody to talk to. Personally, it was the very beginning of his superintendency here in Papillion La Vista. I was a special education supervisor at the time, worked in central office, but didn't work directly with Dr. Rikli. I hadn't really been in many meetings directly with him as a supervisor. We had a family just tragedy. My family home was destroyed by a tornado. I lost my mom in 2008. And that family home, my mom designed it, she built it, and every time I would go home, I felt like I was closer to her. We spent the night just digging through things, trying to find things. And the next morning we got up and we were getting ready to go, and my phone rang. And I answered it, and it was Dr. Rikli. And it wasn't just a 30-second phone call of like, hey, I heard what happened, I'm thinking about you, make sure you take the time that you need. It wasn't that at all. It was a conversation about my mom. It was a conversation about just the memories and what we had lost. And that's what makes Dr. Rikli an amazing human being, is he cared enough to call, and I think we were on the phone for 20 minutes. And he may not remember the details of that phone call, but it's a phone call I will never forget. And when we were in the car on the way home, Andrew Bell said, I would run through a brick wall for that guy. And Becky Myers, Andrew and I were all like, just silence, and we were all thinking, absolutely. He is so much more than a superintendent.
Congrats on Superintendent of the Year. We're so proud of you. Love you.
Love you.